This is News 3 Now at 5.
What the Congress decides to do is for them to decide.
3 House Democrats are planning on introducing articles of impeachment against President Donald Trump. Just about an hour ago, Senator Lisa Murkowski of Alaska also announced asking for the president to resign. She is the first Republican member to do so. This follows Wednesday's deadly assault on the United States Capitol by some Trump supporters. Democratic leaders have called on Mr. Pence, the vice president, to invoke the 25th Amendment to remove President Trump from office.
I think the American people have seen enough, and they are ready for us to do the job of impeaching this man.
I think it's a ridiculous discussion to have. I've got enough decisions to make about things that can happen rather than to spend time on things that can't happen.
House Democrats say they could vote as soon as next week, but there is limited time for a Senate trial to remove the president for the inauguration of Joe Biden.
Wisconsin's delegation in D.C. is responding to the possible articles of impeachment being introduced against the president. Congressman Ron Kind says he supports articles of impeachment.
The best thing for our country right now is for him to voluntarily stand down. But barring that, there is the 25th Amendment and also the constitutional remedy of impeachment. But so much of this depends on having bipartisan support for doing it.
Republican Congressman Brian Stiles says he opposes the effort to impeach the president. Stiles says Democrats have already tried and failed to remove the president. And he says from the riots in Kenosha, Portland, Chicago, Minneapolis, and dozens of other cities to what happened in D.C. this week, what we need right now is leaders to tone down their actions, not inflame the situation.
Prosecutors in the U.S. Attorney's Office are opening a federal murder investigation into the death of a U.S. Capitol police officer who died from injuries he sustained during the riots at the Capitol. President Trump supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol on Wednesday. After Sicknick was injured, he returned to his division office, but then collapsed. He was then taken to a hospital where he died from his injury. Sicknick, the 5th person now to die as a result of that insurrection.
Many who stormed the Capitol have been arrested. The Department of Justice announced today Richard Barnett of Arkansas, seen posing behind Speaker Nancy Pelosi's desk, has been arrested and charged with theft and unlawful entry. Also charged, newly installed West Virginia state legislator Derek Evans, who live streamed on Facebook video of him storming the building. Numerous other trespassers have also been identified, including conspiracy spreader Jake Angeli from Arizona, known as the QAnon Shaman. Meanwhile, the FBI Washington field office has tweeted a bulletin seeking help identifying 10 individuals who the agency says made unlawful entry into the Capitol on Wednesday. They're also looking for the person or persons responsible for placing pipe bombs outside the Democratic and Republican National Committee offices on Wednesday. It's offering up to $50,000 for information on the suspect.
So far, 13 Trump administration officials have resigned after that storming of the nation's Capitol on Wednesday. Sources say other White House officials are also considering resigning, including White House counsel Pat Cipollone.
President Trump says he will not attend President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration on January 20th. He will be the first incumbent president since Andrew Johnson to skip his successor's inauguration. In a tweet today, President Trump said to all of those who have asked, I will not be going to the inauguration on January 20th. President Trump offered no clues for how he would spend his final hours in office. Joe Biden will become president at noon on the 20th, regardless of President Trump's plans. We've heard from many of the lawmakers who were in D.C. about what the experience was like when Trump supporters stormed the Capitol. But what happened Wednesday doesn't just impact them, but the future of young generations to come. Coming up tonight at 6, our Jamie Perez shares our kids' responses about what happened.
Another cloudy day, so what's in store for the weekend? Let's check your first warn forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Eric, would you be surprised if I said it's going to be cloudy? Things haven't changed very much. You can see a visible cloud track. Lots of low clouds. I mean, they're not really thick clouds, but they're enough to block out most of the sunshine. And there has been a little patchy fog in spots across the Midwest. Doppler track right now showing all those clouds, but very little in the way of precipitation. A few light snow showers and flurries across eastern South Dakota, about the nearest precipitation of any consequence. Right now, visibility is at or above 10 miles over all of southern Wisconsin. There were a few patchy areas of fog in Iowa, and you can see a little bit of fog showing up across parts of southeastern Minnesota. Temperatures right now are in the upper 20s. These temperatures will be slow to fall thanks to the clouds and a little bit of patchy fog that may form overnight. Look for temperatures to drop into the lower 20s by tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies. High temperature will be in the upper 20s. It looks like we'll see cloudy skies for Sunday, but maybe get a little sunshine back in here early next week. I'll have the full forecast in a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. The Madison School District has announced that students will begin third quarter virtually.
Groups of parents have been calling on the district to go in person, but school officials say that is not happening yet. We have team coverage of the decision as the district plans for the future, along with how parents are reacting, plus what challenges districts are facing when it comes to virtual learning. So let's begin with our Brady Mallory, who has more on the decision. Brady?
Well, there is a plan to bring students back eventually. The district says it will bring back students in phases. However, that will depend on whether the COVID situation has improved. When that happens, the district will bring back groups of students every 2 weeks, starting with the youngest grades. For now, the superintendent says current COVID data doesn't make it safe to bring them back now.
We're in the middle of a health crisis here, and we're trying to do the best that we can to manage it through educational logistics. But we are definitely making sure that health and safety is first for all of our students.
Local teachers in the district are on board with the plan to continue virtual learning. Madison Teachers, Inc. released a statement saying members stand in solidarity with the decision-making process.
Brady Mallory reporting. Brady, thank you. As districts look to continue or even stop virtual learning, the State Department of Public Instruction is showing lawmakers what challenges have come up so far.
Our Amy Reed is live to explain what they found in a statewide survey. Amy?
The 97% of school districts that went virtual last spring encountered a lot of the same issues, from internet connection to communication and having to solve it all on a dime. Lawmakers asked DPI to survey districts about what it was like, and now they have the answers. Every single district reported encountering barriers when switching to this form of learning, naming things like reliable internet, balancing school and working, and getting devices and materials to students. Lawmakers who ordered the report also wanted to know about how much of the curriculum teachers were able to give out. Both Madison and Janesville reporting they were able to deliver 85%.
I think that's a really important piece here, is that despite what happened, the very little notice to transition and having very little time to put it together, schools still deliver instruction to students, right? And we know it's not perfect, right? I mean, it was challenging for everybody, but I think that is key.
With some districts continuing with virtual learning and with this new method open for future emergencies or snow days, FATH hopes lawmakers can take note of what schools need, more resources, and the infrastructure to pull it off. She also pointed out this survey showed what else school brings to a community and to children. While schools have been closed, the survey found they were able to deliver 24 million meals to students.
Amy Reed reporting. Amy, thank you. More to come on News 3 Now at 5. Up next, for those of you recovering from a mild case of COVID-19, Dr. Jeff Pothoff is offering some tips on how to recover at home. And ahead on News 3 Now at 6, with everything playing out at our nation's capital this week, we are talking with a local expert about the role that social media platforms are playing. We'll have that story next hour on News 3 Now at 6. And on Wall Street, the Dow closing the week with a 57-point gain. A stronger day for tech stocks as the NASDAQ jumps 134.5. The S&P adds 21. And we'll be right back.
Last chance for the New Year's mattress deals at Ashley Home Store. Save up to 65% off doorbuster mattresses like these, in stock and available now. Plus, get your choice of free Apple gifts with purchase of select mattresses and free quick ship delivery, only at Ashley Home Store.
Menards is your complete bathroom headquarters. We have what you need to give your bathroom a fresh, new look from top brands, including Lions. Lions offers a large selection of showers, bathtubs, surrounds, and glass doors to fit your style. Check out this linear shower. It's easy to clean and includes a 3-piece wall set with shelves. Right now, it's just $439.98 during Menards Project Day sale.
Save big money at Menards.
Extended through January 15th. Join Planet Fitness for no enrollment. $10 a month, no commitment. 2020 is over. Start 2021 with tons of ways to get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. And spread out while you work out with cardio distancing and our new crowd meter. Plus, use our app to get moving anywhere. Your fitness is essential, so kick things off with the year's best deal. Join for no enrollment, $10 a month, no commitment. Deal ends January 15th.
5 Madison area locations. Sign up for $10 a month. Stop in today.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
The forecast calls for a messy commute. The Ford lineup helps keep you in command. Intelligent four-wheel drive monitors traction, and a terrain management system adapts to road conditions at the turn of a knob. So you're ready to take on the elements with confidence. Power through the storm in a new Ford Explorer, now with 0% financing for 72 months, plus $4,250 bonus cash. See your Wisconsin dealer today.
It's your last chance for the Ashley Home Store New Year's sale. Shop exclusive deals through Tuesday only, including doorbusters available for immediate pickup and delivery, plus interest-free financing for 5 years, and a bonus 5% discount off our sale prices. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Tonight at 6, the Madison School District decides to stay virtual for the start of the second semester. We have reaction and the findings of a new report from the Department of Public Instruction about how online learning has worked so far. That and more at 6.
When we hear a big storm's headed our way, some of us fall back into bed, some into fresh powder. It's all about knowing what to expect. Watch News 3 now for an accurate first warn forecast so you can plan your perfect day. You're watching News 3 now at 5.
President-elect Joe Biden will be taking a new direction to speed up the release of coronavirus vaccines when he assumes office on January 20th. His office said today Biden would curtail the current practice of holding back vaccine doses to guarantee that people who got their first shot could also get that required second inoculation 3 weeks later. Under the Trump administration's current approach, the government has been holding back a supply of vaccines to guarantee that people can get that second shot, which provides maximum protection against COVID-19. So far, nearly 111,000 vaccinations have been administered here in the state of Wisconsin.
Wisconsin has officially surpassed 500,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19. State and county health officials recorded 3,507 new cases of the virus today. The State Department of Health Services reported Wisconsin's first COVID-19 case in February. Since then, the state has amassed 502,346 confirmed cases, and 30,000 of those cases remain active. At least 5,216 in Wisconsin have died of coronavirus complications. For the first time yesterday, U.S. officials recorded more than 4,000 COVID deaths. More than 11,700 people have now died in the last 3 days. 583 people died in California alone yesterday.
While COVID-19 hospitalizations are on the rise, local health officials say thousands of patients are experiencing milder symptoms. UW Health's Dr. Jeff Pothoff is offering tips for those recovering from COVID-19 at home. Dr. Pothoff says most people experience shortness of breath, fever, and aches and pains. He says most important is to stay hydrated.
You can just drink water, that's fine. Some of those sports solutions can be a little bit better in that they have electrolytes, those minerals that we sometimes lose. But the thing we have to watch out for with those solutions is sugar content. So if you have no GI symptoms, no diarrhea, that incremental sugar content probably isn't a big deal.
Dr. Potoff says if you are sick, give yourself plenty of time to rest and recover. As Madison school district officials announced this morning that they'll start the semester virtually, families have differing opinions on if this was the right move by the district.
Our Amanda Quintana talked with parents today about how today's decision is affecting their children. Amanda?
Yes, well, just as there have been groups of people who have been asking schools to open their doors again, there have also been groups of parents who are signing petitions trying to get the schools to stay virtual. Now, I talked to 4 different parents today, all of them very differing opinions on today's announcement.
Everybody that I know is happy with this decision. This is what we wanted.
And a hard thing for me to explain to him is, why his buddies down the street get to go to school and he doesn't.
You've been closed now for 10 months. How do you not have this figured out, especially with all of the emerging data that's there for you to show you how to do this safely?
School is not for babysitting. School is for education. And our school has found a way to help educate our children this year in the safest way possible for everyone.
In talking to these 4 Madison elementary school parents, it's clear they're not all going to agree on how to start the second half of the school year.
The bigger thing for me are the staff people and the teachers. They can get sick being around kids. They absolutely can. We have lost teachers in the United States of America to this disease because they were forced to go to school and teach.
No matter what decision MMSD made, Lynette Wilgie-Smith was going to keep her 3 kids home, sacrificing her career to stay there with them. But she knows not every parent can do that. Blake Miller had to hire a retired teacher to tutor his first grader.
$1,000 a month is a lot of money out of pocket. When I feel my child should just be in school.
Even worse, right down the street, his neighborhood becomes Middleton. Those kids are going back to the classroom.
If you could tell me that, hey, West Middleton School, elementary school, these numbers show us differently than your son down the road, I could accept that.
He, along with other parents, feel the district isn't being transparent.
It'd be one thing if there wasn't data that supports the fact that schools can safely reopen with taking some rather common sense steps and mitigating a lot of the risk.
Andrea Land says her 3rd grader is struggling.
It comes through in just like restlessness and bursts of frustration.
While Shannon Ballhorn-Wagner is seeing her 1st grader excel at home, saying going back to the classroom would be more risk than reward.
I know that he misses seeing his friends in person, but again, if they were in person right now and sitting in one spot all day, they wouldn't be playing with their friends anyway.
Now, of all of those parents that I talked to today, all of them were shocked by today's decision. Those that were happy that they were getting to stay virtual, they thought that MMSD was going to go the hybrid route. And of course, those that were disappointed in the decision today, they thought that MMSD was going to look at the other districts around us and at least let the younger students come back to the classroom.
We'll continue to follow it. Amanda, thank you. Meanwhile, in Georgia, Republican David Perdue has now conceded his loss to Democrat Jon Ossoff. The concession brings Georgia's 2 U.S. Senate runoffs that will deliver Democratic control of the chamber one step closer to an end. Yesterday, Republican Kelly Loeffler conceded to Democrat Raphael Warnock in the other race. A spokesperson for Ossoff's campaign said the Democrat had not received a call from Perdue. 2020 ties a record for the warmest year on record. That's according to a European Union's climate change service. The group also notes 2010 through last year was the warmest decade in history. Although the northern hemisphere had higher than usual temperatures in 2020, sections of the southern hemisphere experienced below average temperatures. That was due to La Nina conditions that emerged during the latter half of the year.
Well, we want to wish a happy birthday to Susan today. And Gary, as always,
Thank you.
Gary's serving up a nice big serving of clouds, Gary, and more for the weekend.
I am, and that helps keep the temperatures up at night, especially during the winter, and keeps our temperatures above normal. And from that last story, 2020 was the warmest year on record. And for the United States, it was actually the 5th warmest year. There's our scale. This is over the last 100+ years from the folks over at Climate Central, and it shows that the average temperature in the United States was almost 2.5 degrees above the long-term average. The hottest year on record was 2012. Remember, that was when we had all those 80-degree days in March and some record high temperatures in July. 2016 was also a hot year, but you can see that they're pretty close to what we had this year. And in 3 things you need to know, the clouds are going to stick around. That's nothing new. They'll continue through the weekend with maybe a little patchy fog at night, but nothing widespread expected at this point. Dry weather will continue. We might even see a little sunshine mixed in with the clouds for the early part of next week. But as we head into the latter part of the week, we'll see some light snow develop now from Wednesday night into Thursday, with flurries lingering into Friday. Colder weather is on the way for the end of next week, with temperatures back in the middle 20s. Over the last 48 hours, you can see the effect the clouds have had on our temperatures. They've been between 20 and 30 pretty much for the last 2 days. Wind chills really haven't been much of a factor because the winds have been light. And over the next 48 hours, look where the temperatures stay in the 20s for the most part, and the wind chills stay just into the upper teens at worst. Visibilities right now still pretty good across Wisconsin. To the west, again, fog developing more into Minnesota and Iowa, where visibilities are dropping to below 5 miles in some spots. Temperatures are in the 20s through much of Wisconsin, a few teens up in the northern portion of Minnesota, but no really mild air and no really cold air to see on that map. On Weather Track, you can see the low clouds continuing through much of the Midwest. It's actually a feed of moisture from that storm system that moved through the southern part of the U.S. and now is heading into the northeast. The next weather system coming in from the west will probably stay to our west or split up, and some of that energy will go to the south and keep our weather dry for at least the next few days. Weak cold front to the north and west. Temperatures are a little colder just north of the U.S.-Canadian border, but again, very little difference in temperatures, even from around the U.S.-Canadian border all the way down into southern Missouri. So when we see temperature patterns like that, we know there aren't going to be any big storms, at least in the short term. On Future Track, you can see the clouds continuing. They're going to stick around overnight, stick around through tomorrow, stick around through tomorrow night, along with a little patchy fog at night. And then on Sunday, more clouds. Maybe start seeing some breaks in the clouds for Sunday night into Monday. Our forecast for tomorrow calls for mostly cloudy skies, seasonably cold weather with a high temperature of 28. The 7 to 10 day forecast, those temperatures in the upper 20s into the early part of next week. But again, maybe a few more peaks of sun early in the week. Then that snow chance from Wednesday night into Thursday, some flurries lingering into Friday. Maybe another chance of snow on Sunday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. On Monday of the following week will be a cold day with high temperatures around 20 and perhaps a few snow flurries. As we take a look at first warn traffic, not seeing any problems on the major highways in and around Dane County. Traffic moving at the posted speed limits on the Beltline, as well as I-39, 90, and 94 to the east of Madison. 15-minute commute either way on the Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate. Heading out of Madison, it's a 26-minute commute down to Janesville on I-39, 90 from the Beltline southward. From Middleton to Sauk City on US 12, it'll take you 16 minutes, and it'll take you 18 minutes from downtown to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. Ahead on News 3 Now at 5, how Barstool Sports is helping local businesses all across the country who have been hit hard by the pandemic. That's ahead at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
My lips get so dry and cracked, I need serious relief. That's why I use O'Keefe's Lip Repair. It's all-day moisture in one use and is guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked lips.
Also available in O'Keefe's Working Hands. Guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands.
There's moving. And there's moving with Move Free Ultra. It has triple action support for your joints, cartilage, and bones. And unlike big glucosamine chondroitin pills, it's all in one tiny pill. Try Move Free Ultra now. Feel the difference.
We made USAA insurance for members like Martin, an Air Force veteran made of doing what's right, not what's easy. So when a hailstorm hit, USAA reached out before he could even inspect the damage.
That's how you do it right.
USAA insurance is made just the way Martin's family needs it. With hassle-free claims, he got paid before his neighbor even got started. Because doing right by our members, that's what's right. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
USAA. The forecast calls for a messy commute. The Ford lineup helps keep you in command. Intelligent four-wheel drive monitors traction, and a terrain management system adapts to road conditions at the turn of a knob. So you're ready to take on the elements with confidence.
Power through the storm in a new Ford Explorer, now with 0% financing for 72 months, plus $4,250 bonus cash. See your Wisconsin dealer today.
At American Family Insurance, we've always protected more than what you drive. We've protected and supported the dreams that drive you. Right now, that means extending our 10% savings on auto premium for all current and new auto customers through March, so you can get a little closer to your dream. Whether your dream is discovering new roads and new limits, or supporting that dream. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
So I can get the latest phones free with no hidden requirements?
Yep, all season long.
And do I have to get the most expensive plan?
Nope, no plan restrictions.
Okay, but we have to trade in our phones.
Right?
Right?
Nope, keep your phones.
Did you say free phones?
Yep, the latest phone's free for you.
Okay.
Switch to U.S. Cellular and get the latest phones free, available all season long with no hidden requirements. U.S. Cellular, upgrade to fair.
Love lower than low prices? Then get more ways to save at Pick 'n Save, where you can find personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. All for prices that are lower than low. On food that's fresher than fresh. Pick 'n Save. Fresh for everyone.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back. 6 Green Bay Packers have been named to the NFL's All-Pro team, taking first-team honors. Quarterback Aaron Rodgers, no surprise, along with wide receiver Devontae Adams, offensive lineman David Bakhtiari, and center Corey Linsley. Linebackers Zadarius Smith, cornerback Jair Alexander were named to the second team. This is Aaron Rodgers' 4th selection All-Pro and Bakhtiari's 5th straight All-Pro selection. Adams is the first Packer receiver to receive All-Pro since Antonio Freeman. The NFC North champs will have a bye this week. After receiving the #1 seed in the NFC, they'll play the lowest seeded team who wins this coming weekend.
A sports media company from New York City is helping struggling businesses around the country, including right here in Wisconsin. Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy introduced the Barstool Fund to raise funds for small businesses impacted by the pandemic. So far, nearly $21 million has been raised, and now Gray Brewing Company in Janesville is receiving some of those funds. The brewery and soda plant will receive $20,000 from the fund.
Barstool had asked, what areas can we help with? And I had explained to them that paying our employees has been the #1, priority throughout this pandemic. So I asked if they could help with payroll costs, and they were able to do that.
Over 158,000 people have donated to the Barstool Fund, including J.J. Watt and Shark Tank's Damon John, who donated $500,000 to the cause. So far, the Barstool Fund has helped nearly 100 businesses.
Stay with us for a final check of your First Warn weekend forecast in just a moment.
This is the big one, folks. The Brothers Maine Everything's on Sale sale. Get huge clearance prices on every brand in the store with 0% financing for up to 18 months. Only Maine delivers more satisfaction every day, like a risk-free 30-day price satisfaction guarantee, giving you 100% confidence in your purchase. How's that for more? The Everything's on Sale sale with more selection, more savings, and more happy homes on everything. Now at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Spread holiday cheer and save more than ever at the Century House. Right now, give $50 or more to charity and get $400 off stressless Mayfair recliners in all Paloma leather colors and $300 off most other stressless recliners. Plus, save hundreds more with $200 off every sofa seat you buy. 'Tis the season to give a little and save big on stressless furniture. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Dear Winter, I'm coming. My squad of 15 vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of my game. So you better bundle up. Toyota.
Get 0.9% APR for 60 months on a new 2021 RAV4 or lease a new 2021 Highlander Hybrid for $319 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Millions of customers are leaving their providers and switching to Spectrum. And if you have satellite, it's not hard to see why. Because unlike satellite, Spectrum gives you all the services you need, like internet and TV from one provider.
They do?
Yeah, they do. And Spectrum has the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance. Get Spectrum Internet with speeds at 200 megabits for $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. Spectrum wins on TV, too. Unlike satellite, Spectrum doesn't have an ugly dish to install. And you get exclusive premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
Wow, really?
Really? Plus, Spectrum has more free HD and free on demand. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. And unlike satellite providers, Spectrum doesn't have contracts or early termination fees. We'll even buy out your current contract up to $500. Switch to America's fastest growing internet, TV, and voice provider. Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each. Ask about our easy self-install options. Call 833-909-4499.
Menards has everything you need to give your bathroom a fresh, new look. Start with a new toilet from American Standard. This Titan Tall elongated toilet has a powerful flush and AquaGuard to reduce condensation. It's just $209. Then finish your update with a new Delta shower. This high-crop shower features smooth wall surfaces, is easy to clean, and it's mildew resistant. It's only $539.98. Now during Menards Project Day sale.
Save big money at Menards.
Well, visibilities are still at or above 10 miles for all the major reporting stations in southern Wisconsin. Little fog starting to develop out to the west in Iowa and Minnesota. We'll probably see some patchy fog overnight. Temperatures right now, upper 20s to around 30. Janesville still at 30. Madison at 27. Look for temperatures to drop into lower 20s overnight and look for a high tomorrow of 28. More clouds for Sunday as well.
All right, Gary, thank you. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 now at 6. The CBS Evening News is coming your way next. Stay tuned.